Hey there, car enthusiasts! Are you ready to buckle up for a thrilling ride? Today we're diving into the top 10 most loved cars in the world. But wait, before we hit the gas, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video for more exciting content and easy ways to make money. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. Alright, starting off strong, we have the Volkswagen Golf. This isn't just some German hatchback, it's an icon. For decades, it's been the go-to for people who wanted all practicality, fun, and a touch of European flair. You see these things everywhere, from crowded city streets to winding country roads. But what makes it so universally loved? Well, let's start with the driving experience. It's peppy, agile, and just plain fun to toss around. You can get it with a manual transmission, which is always a bonus in my book. Then there's the practicality. It's a hatchback, so you've got that big cargo area for all your stuff. And it's a Volkswagen, so you know it's built to last. Plus, the interior is surprisingly upscale for a car in its class. The Golf has always been about smart design and functionality. Everything is laid out in a way that makes sense, and the materials are high quality. It's a car that feels like it was designed by people who actually drive cars. The Golf is a reminder that sometimes, simple is better. It's a car that's loved by millions, and for good reason. Next up, we have a legend, a titan of the automotive industry, the Toyota Corolla. This car is practically synonymous with reliability. It's said that Corollas can survive anything, and honestly, I kind of believe it. But it's not just about longevity with the Corolla. It's also incredibly practical and affordable. It's the kind of car you can buy new, drive for a decade, and then sell to your neighbor's kid when they get their license. And you know what? That Corolla will probably still be running strong when that kid's kids are learning to drive. But let's be real, the Corolla isn't exactly known for being the most exciting car to drive. It's not going to set your heart racing or make you want to carve canyons. But you know what? It doesn't have to. The Corolla has a different kind of appeal. It's the quiet achiever, the reliable friend, the car that's always there for you no matter what. Plus, the newer Corollas have actually stepped up their game in the styling department. And let's not forget about the fuel efficiency. It's not flashy, it's not fancy, but it's reliable, practical, and affordable. Up next, we're talking about pure American muscle, the Ford Mustang. This is more than just a car, it's a cultural icon. It represents freedom, power, and the open road. It's the sound of a V8 engine roaring to life, the feeling of the wind in your hair. But what makes the Mustang so special? It's got that classic muscle car look. The long hood, the short deck lid, the aggressive stance, a design that's been imitated but never duplicated. And then there's the sound. That throaty V8 rumble is like music to the ears. But the Mustang is more than just a pretty face and a loud engine. It's also a surprisingly well-rounded car. You can get it with a comfortable interior, decent fuel economy, for a muscle car at least, and even some modern tech features. And let's not forget about the aftermarket support. The Mustang has one of the largest and most passionate fan bases in the world, which means there's an endless supply of parts and modifications available. Of course, no car is perfect, and the Mustang has its flaws, but that's all part of its charm, right? It's a car that demands to be driven, a car that makes you feel alive. And that's what makes the Ford Mustang so special. Now we come to a car that's near and dear to my heart, the Honda Civic. Some people might think the Civic is just a sensible, reliable, compact car. And while that's true to an extent, there's so much more to this car than meets the eye. See, the Civic has a bit of a split personality. On one hand, it's the car your grandma drives to church on Sundays. Reliable, fuel efficient, and about as exciting as watching paint dry. But on the other hand, it's a tuner's dream. This thing is practically begging to be modified. You can slap a turbocharger on it, lower it to the ground, and turn it into a pocket rocket. And that's what makes the Civic so great. It's a blank canvas for car enthusiasts. You can do pretty much anything you want with it. And because it's a Honda, you know it's going to be reliable even after you've tinkered with it. But even in stock form, the Civic is a blast to drive. It's got that classic Honda handling, which is sharp and precise. It's a car that can be whatever you want it to be. Next up, we're heading to Germany for a car that needs no introduction, the BMW 3 Series. This is the car that literally wrote the book on the sports sedan. It's the benchmark, the gold standard, the one all the other cars in its class are measured against. The 3 Series has always been about one thing: driving dynamics. It's a car that feels like it was made for winding roads. The steering is precise, the handling is sharp, and the engines are powerful and refined. But the 3 Series isn't just about performance, it's also a luxurious and well-rounded car. The interiors are beautifully appointed, the technology is top-notch, and the ride is comfortable enough for long journeys. Now I know what you're thinking. BMWs are expensive, and you're right, they can be. But here's the thing, you get what you pay for. A 3 Series is an investment. It's a car that's loved by millions and for good reason. Alright, buckle up because we're about to talk about the future, the Tesla Model 3. This isn't just a car, it's a statement. It's a sign that the electric revolution is here, and it's here to stay. Now, I know what you're thinking. Electric cars are slow, they don't have enough range, and they're too expensive. And you know what? You're wrong. The Model 3 is changing all of that. This thing is seriously quick. It can go from 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds, which is faster than most supercars. And the range? Well, the Model 3 can go over 300 miles on a single charge. But the real magic of the Model 3 is the technology. This car is like something out of a sci-fi movie. It has a giant touchscreen that controls everything from the climate control to the navigation system. And the autopilot system is seriously impressive. It's a car that's changing the way we think about transportation. Alright folks, we're moving into legendary territory now with the Porsche 911. This is more than just a car, it's an icon, a legend, a piece of automotive history. For over 50 years, the 911 has been the benchmark for sports cars. But what is it about the 911 that makes it so special? Well, for starters, it's got that timeless design. It's been in production for over 50 years, and it still looks as fresh and modern as ever. The rounded headlights, the sloping roofline, the rear-mounted engine, it's a design that's instantly recognizable and utterly timeless. But the 911 is more than just a pretty face, it's also one of the best handling cars ever made. The weight distribution is perfect, the steering is laser sharp, and the brakes are incredibly powerful. And then there's the engine. The 911 is famous for its flat-six engine, which is mounted in the rear of the car. This unique layout gives the 911 its distinctive handling characteristics. And the sound? Oh, the sound. It's a mechanical symphony, a chorus of cylinders firing in perfect harmony. It's a car that connects with you on a visceral level. It's a car that makes you feel alive. Up next, we're stepping into the lap of luxury with the Mercedes-Benz C-Class. This is the car for those who want it all: style, comfort, performance, and prestige. The C-Class is kind of like the Swiss Army knife of luxury cars. It's got everything you could ever want or need in a car and then some. But what makes the C-Class so special? Well, for starters, it's got that unmistakable Mercedes-Benz style. It's elegant, it's sophisticated, and it just oozes class. And the interiors? Oh, the interiors, they're like something out of a luxury yacht. The materials are top-notch, the craftsmanship is impeccable, and the technology is cutting edge. But the C-Class isn't just about luxury, it's also a surprisingly good performer. You can get it with a range of powerful engines, from fuel-efficient 4-cylinders to fire-breathing V8s. And the handling is surprisingly sharp for a car of its size. And let's not forget about the safety features, it's the complete package. Now, for all you adventurous types out there, we have the Subaru Outback. This is the car for people who want to get off the beaten path, who crave adventure, who want to experience everything life has to offer. The Outback is like the love child of a station wagon and an SUV. It's got the practicality and cargo space of a wagon, but with the ground clearance and all-wheel drive capability of an SUV. But what makes the Outback so special? Well, for starters, it's got that legendary Subaru all-wheel drive system. This thing can handle anything you throw at it, from snow and ice to mud and dirt. And because it's a Subaru, you know it's going to be reliable. These things are built to last. But the Outback isn't just about off-road capability, it's also a surprisingly comfortable and refined daily driver. The interior is spacious and well-appointed, and the ride is smooth and comfortable. And let's not forget about the safety features. The Outback is one of the safest cars on the road. It's the perfect car for people who want it all: adventure, practicality, comfort, and safety. And last but not least, we have a car that's all about pure driving enjoyment, the Mazda MX-5 Miata. This is the car for people who love to drive, for people who understand that less is more. The Miata is a throwback to a simpler time, a time when cars were all about driving pleasure. It's a car that reminds us that driving can be fun and exhilarating. It's got that perfect roadster recipe, front engine, rear-wheel drive, and a convertible top. And because it's so lightweight and nimble, the Miata doesn't need a ton of horsepower to be fun. It's all about the way it handles and feels in the corners. You can get behind the wheel of a brand new Miata for less than the price of a loaded Honda Accord. It's a car that proves driving enjoyment doesn't have to come at a premium. There you have it, folks. The top 10 most loved cars in the world. Which one is your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more amazing content, and share it with your friends. Together, we can explore the world of cars and enjoy the ride of life. Until next time, keep driving your dreams.